Welcome back, everyone, to more Starladder America's action. Of course, it's Season 11. You just saw them playing over on the other stream, but Wheel is back, ready to play. They're going up against Leviathan. Both these teams getting pretty popular in the American scene right now. Both teams have unconventional drafts, item builds, and play, so it's always a good time. I'm Helium, and joining me again, it's going to be Corey and Jabano. How are you guys doing?
I'm great.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well myself. It's getting a little late, but otherwise, everything's fine.
That's true. We got the Swede is still represented here. I know Waga was casting with EGOD casts over on Beyond the Summit, so we'll still have that representation. All is fair, but looking at the drafts already, we see Leviathan with one of their most picked heroes. Shibi is pretty much godlike on this hero. He has told me that he's sick of playing it, but when the hero's still good, hey, you gotta play it. So Brewmaster Tidehunter, and then Elder Titan Vengeful Spirit. Some auras and aura reductions there, I guess, from Wheel.
Yeah, they have the classic, you can't really go high ground against those heroes. Yeller and the Vengeful.
Yeah, the pushing into Elder Titan is always never fun, with the Astral Spirit taking away your armor with the Natural Order, Earth Splitter as well, and we'll even see Sniper banned out. And just so everyone knows, 6.83 is not live yet. You might think, oh, Pudge is getting banned because of his buffs, but no, it's actually just getting banned because Jenkins plays that hero like a boss. Leviathan, one of the few teams that can really work it into their lineup successfully, and 6.83 could possibly be their patch just because of that.
He plays it as a support, right?
Yeah, he does.
He uses the hook to pull mid lane.
Yeah, which should be easier. I think you can do it at level 1 now, since it has the 1000 range, a 300 increase.
Do you pull Radiant mid, or do you pull Radiant
He does
bottom?
both. They do it on Dire more often, but it also works on
I
Radiant.
can see how that's easier.
Interesting to see that Leviathan banned out the Omni Knight that Team Wheel had been utilizing the past few games.
Omni and Jakiro, so it looks like they've done their research.
And that's actually the two most played heroes.
Yeah, we saw them with Omni yesterday.
The only time they lost with Omni was the game we saw yesterday.
Yeah, I actually talked to Goody about that. He's basically like, we picked it up first, and then the rest of the draft went really poorly. So I think they felt they got outdrafted a little bit. The Omni Knight wasn't able to get off the ground, and, you know, I don't know. It wasn't pretty, but then they showed us that they can still use it in the next game where they utterly dominated.
What about the Sniper ban, though? Does Leviathan normally play that?
Not that I can recall. Shredder generally plays the core Wraith King or core Troll Warlord, and that's like about it.
Maybe our resident statsman can enlighten us later.
Yeah, perhaps. Good luck, Cart Dota. It's a full house. Yeah, I forgot to mention Cart Dota on the stats.
But otherwise, it seems pretty standard on Leviathan. Brew, Tide, Skyroth. Juggernaut picked up by Wheel. It's not seen that much anymore.
Yeah, really, if ever.
Yeah, I mean, the healing work's still really good. The spin's still really good early game, but his ult is just countered by so much right now. Just Ghost Scepter and
with Yules being so ridiculously popular.
A lot of Blink heroes, and like if you even time a 4-staff right, you can interrupt the ultimate.
Yeah. What do you think they run? Do you think they run this as a core, or do we see a fallback on sort of, what was it, DK at TI4 running into support? Land?
I mean, Derp actually invented that, to be honest.
Nice.
That is
he was doing Jug support way before DK ever did.
But
that's not
I
even
think this is a core Jug. Just based off what they have.
I agree as well. I think it is too. Although I think their lanes are flexible and their roles are flexible.
Oh, definitely.
Dazzle coming out for Leviathan. Now, they're a team that does weird things. Do you think maybe we see the farming Dazzle similar to what Fear did with EG throughout the Summit too?
Maybe. I think it's more to just be able to grave the guy if somebody gets singled out by Jug ult. So, to kind of act like another way to prevent it.
Yeah, seems like a pretty good strategy. Again, showing how easily that ult is kind of dealt with nowadays with just Ghost Scepter, Yule Scepter build-ups. The Shallow Grave will be pretty nice. We've got the sword.
I just want to say about Derp. He's the kind of guy who will go into game and he will aggressive trialing you. And his supports in the aggressive trialing will be Juggernaut and Silencer.
Juggernaut Invoker as well. That cold snap spin combo
Oh yeah,
is
that
brutal.
sounds actually pretty annoying.
That's the kind of guy Derp is.
Even
He's not
still
afraid
with the
to pick
Quas
something like that.
nerfs.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know. It's probably weaker now than it was a year
Yeah.
ago. I haven't seen him run any lineups like that recently.
Maybe we will tonight. Shadow Fiend, and I know Jabano, you had a stat on that. You want to let us in?
Yeah, I checked it out. Wheel haven't lost with that hero.
It's
They're
pretty
8-0 with their Shadow Fiend.
Relic, showing that he's still worthy of the Argon title, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe.
At least the
There's
SF
no Razor
god.
this time, though.
Yeah, no showdown. No classic showdown in the mid lane. But maybe. The hero has not actually been banned. We do see that Wraith King getting banned out. Like I mentioned, Shredder likes to play the hero. Maybe he's been working on the sniper in scrims or something. Not quite sure. And those annoying agility carries that can do so much. Both Naga and PA taken out by Leviathan. And they're onto their 5th ban now. Looking at Wheel's lineup, it is a little ambiguous, right? Like there's potentially 3 supports there from what we talked about. More than likely it's core Juggernaut, offlane Elder, and a support Venge. So I guess, yeah, looking at offlaners, they'll ban out a Beastmaster.
I would more say it's a support Elder Titan.
Yeah, that probably is
Seems to
more
be the
common
norm these days.
He's kind of like a hybrid between support and offlane, right? Because the offlaner will leave, he'll go top. He's like a pseudo offlaner, pseudo support kind of thing.
Corey, what would you think Leviathan needs here to round out their lineup?
I think Team Wheel has like kind of a death bally strat. They need it's hard to say. Something that's going to kill the SF, because if you look right now, an SF with a BKB is going to be completely untouchable. They need physical DPS of some sort.
A really good initiation.
They have Brew and Tide already, so they have initiation cover. They just need some kind of hard hitting carry, I think.
They have a little bit of a minus armor strat going on as well, with the Gush and the Weave. The Brewmaster is sometimes built into AC.
Yeah, for sure. Let's look at I mean, their tower push as well. So they've got really strong team fight with the Tide and the Brew. Sure, it's a little bit dependent on getting those Blink Daggers, but it's not really too tall of an order for either of those heroes. So they've got that initiation. Maybe they just need to rotate on mid and bring Shadow Fiend down. And if we just can't get a BKB, and well, there's some of your physical damage from the Weaver.
There's not a lot
really
of Weaver
good.
lockdown. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good pick.
There's not a lot of heroes left to pick either. I mean, they could run the next that they learned yesterday. And there's also the Centaur for your stuns, but apart from that, I don't see a lot of offlane heroes that shut down the Weaver very well.
I think Nyx would own here, honestly.
I mean, they played it yesterday, right? It was Goody, or no, it was Sheep that was playing on the
Sheep
Nyx
played it,
and
yeah.
played it really, really well
Yeah, he did.
from the off lane. It's not that reliable of a stun, though.
No, but if you're good at the hero, it's not that hard to hit it. Especially if you manage to pick up a Blink Dagger.
Goes for about every hero, though, right? If you're actually good at the hero, you can probably play it.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But, I mean, if you manage to catch someone a split second off guard for Vendetta, it's not that hard to hit either.
Yeah, and you don't have to feel super pressured to like get the attack off from your Vendetta. You can just start with a stun.
Especially at this level, that you know you're going to have backup.
You know you have teammates that are thinking properly, for the most part.
Stark.
Slark, so the pounce, the leash on that's pretty nice for keeping Weaver in check. He can still time-lapse away from it, but...
It's an offlane Juggernaut, I think.
Yeah,
'Cause Sheep's
that's
playing it.
Sheep's role.
Didn't Sheep used to be a
Seems pretty
support
good.
player, though? Do you
Yeah,
remember, Gord?
yeah, he did.
Yeah, okay.
He was, I used to ask him back in the days of Pretty More Swag / first
Oh.
E-Hug for Enchantress
Yeah.
lessons.
Alright.
But he would never give
So
it
I
to me.
guess... Okay, he's going offlane. Yeah. He's got the boots in the war. But I think you should introduce a team ceiling.
Yeah, for sure. And I like the boots with the spin, right? Like that extra move speed, you got magic and vulnerability with the Blade Fury, so that kind of builds in an escape. Although Weaver with his attacks and Sakuchis could be kind of dangerous. Anyways, Sheep Juggernaut for the offline. This is Wheel. They're on the Dire. We've got Relic, middle lane on the Shadow Fiend once more, trying to keep that perfect record going with that hero. Derp on the Vengeful Spirit. We've got Goody playing on the Elder Titan, also supporting, and then it's going to be a stand-in here, Mad Dog on the Slark, and then looking over at Leviathan. I think they really, really need some wins. They got off to a pretty rough start here in Starladder. There was a fairly controversial game with ping issues. Shredder Dota, though, on the Weaver as they look for that win. Shibby Dota, one of his signature heroes that he is not actually that fond of playing. He'll be on the Brewmaster middle lane. Jenkins Dota on the Tide Hunter. Pretty standard for him, honestly. Sunken on the Dazzle supporting. And last but not least, it's Nusham Dota on the Skywrath Mage.
That was a bit of a mouthful there, Helium.
Yeah, I work on the intros. It's all I got. You guys will take it over from here, right? I can just go away.
Absolutely.
Sweet. Let's talk about the this mid matchup.
Yeah. Relic's not doing the bull rush this time as he did against the Razor. Because he can actually see us here.
Also choosing to go Necromastery.
Yeah, we saw him take
Obviously
raises last
goes
night.
hand in hand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that was very, very, very much on it that he did that. I don't think that was very standard on him.
Yeah, probably not. You could probably argue it wasn't even required,
Interesting.
but
Duncan Hayes level 1. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, me too.
okay, maybe it wasn't
Generally, you
required
see
in this
crit,
matchup.
correct? You generally go drunk.
Generally you do see crit, but versus SF, it's so important to limit his CS in the early game.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Get him off to a slow start. No points in Necromastery. He's what, 49 damage? Compare that to the Bruce 57, and he's melee, so there's none of that projectile time. Like Shubi could get off to a really solid start here.
There is another way to deal with Shadow Fiend. If you have a hero like Zeus or another hero that can spam the wave really quickly, you can actually just push the first 2 lanes into the Shadow Fiend's tower, and he's gonna have a really hard time last hitting.
Yeah, you can also do the aggro trick where you kind of take the creep aggro and you push 2 creep waves into his tower, and then like, what's he even gonna do if he doesn't hit level 2?
There's a lot you can do, but I think it's interesting that the Leviathan are running dual lanes here.
It's been all the rage these days. So offlane,
Yes.
it's actually Jenkins and Sunken, so there's sort of your minus armor together in one lane. Obviously, we'll need level 6 for Dazzle, but I mean, it seems good. Nothing can go through the grave. Dazzle's only level 1, so we'll see what spell he wants to pick up next. He goes for the heal first.
It's pretty
I like this
intelligent that
approach.
they're doing that. Yeah, it's pretty intelligent because Dazzle can't do much versus a Juggernaut, right? He's not going to add much to the lane.
Exactly.
And Juggernaut can't
Scarif's
really
gonna
do
keep
anything
spamming
to
these bolts at him,
kill Weaver.
and Juggernaut's just gonna have to eat them because you can't really spin to avoid a bolt.
He's got the healing ward at least, and a clarity, so enough sustain, I think. Nusham, though, has a lot as well. 2 clarities on the Skywrath Mage, so he'll be throwing arcane bolts for days.
Let's see, yeah, they're just protecting it for Brewmaster. I thought the Tide might have picked up that Mizraim, tried to get the Gush level 2, maybe get aggressive, but
It's the level
chose
1.
not to. Yeah, well, he's really close. It's level 2 now.
Yeah, and they're still going against
It is
that
a safe
tri
way to
lane,
play
which
this.
is pretty scary. Like,
Yeah.
they have the natural order
Well-
already up, the stun from Derp Derp, and
Yeah.
soon to be, I guess, extra damage when Dark Pact comes out.
They might, I mean, they have a kill potential on both the ET and the Venge. They're a little bit squishy. Though the ET has boots, so he's not that hard, easy to
Oh,
kill.
we might see a fight here, or Sunken's just going to have to take the long
Oh.
road home down the river.
Oh.
I'm not sure what Mad Dog even uses that pounce for, but
I'm not sure
Alright.
either.
Oh. That was really weird.
also look at these. These must be pretty new. These banners for Leviathan are pretty sick.
Not too shabby.
Yeah.
What is that? Is that some kind of an eel or like a...
I don't know. It's like
Creature?
it's like an infinity
Yeah,
sign,
it looks
sort
like-
of, but made out of tentacles, I guess.
Yeah, something like that. Could be like a sea serpent, maybe?
Cool stuff.
It's pretty cool.
That's what matters. How good your banners are.
Wheel doesn't have any banners, unfortunately.
We'll have to get on that. They're probably getting fans now, right? I highly doubt Leviathan made these themselves. It generally goes, team gets popular, Reddit makes them logos.
Oh, Reddit loves Leviathan, so...
Yeah, that's true. So do I. I'm getting a little jealous.
Then give up the casting career. Join
Yeah.
Leviathan, Helium.
I tried. I was gonna stand in for them the other day, but
Oh, what?
no one wants me, man.
Just gotta keep at it.
I'll try. I'll get in eventually. Leviathan fan checking in, yeah. So this
The
game's
top
starting
lane's
off
going really well
really slow.
for the Radiant side. They're both level 3. Like, Slark's Weaver and the Brew are out farming the Slark. Not by much, but they are.
Slark has a little less CS than you would want at this point, especially considering they're dedicating 3 heroes to this top lane. You want to be
Yeah.
getting more out of this.
They all hit level 3, which is pretty nice. Actually, no one's really suffering too much. Like, look at that, 4 level 5s and 6 level 3s. That's pretty crazy. As Newsham
Awkward exchange.
rotates over towards middle. I'm guessing that's where the awkward exchange was.
Yes.
Where Brewmaster is still doing quite well. He keeps that 1 point in Drunken Haze, and then no surprise will max out the Thunderclap with a point in Drunken Brawler.
Sheep.
After that, bottom lane though, Sheep may be in some trouble, and the Gemini attack with the Arcane Bolt following. He'll scamper back to base. He went for the bottle as well, and he can probably get back to the lane in time to then also contest these the runes that'll be coming up in about a minute.
I think you need the bottle here on Juggernaut. 'Cause if you don't get it, this guy's just gonna spam Arcane Bolts at you until you don't have any regen left. And then eventually you're just gonna be running back and forth with Fountain, not really doing anything.
Yeah.
This way you can help out the Shadow Feed mid too.
Oh, Shibby. He's got a Primal Split, and he's not afraid to use it. He just wants to find an early kill with it, make it worthwhile, and he might find the Elder Titan. Although with 3 armor and about 700 HP, it could maybe be difficult. As Relic, I guess, relying mainly on his raises to get these last hits. But he's number 1 at the game right now, 28 and 9. Weaver also doing well. He's got the Aquila up. Looks like he's going for Treads. What do you think Shredder's first item is here this game?
I don't
I mean,
think
there's not a lot of
Lincoln's is
lockdown.
necessary.
Does he go Lincoln's?
To be honest, Lincoln doesn't do much. This
Might
game.
just go Manta first. Oh, Sheep's gonna go down here, I think.
Yeah, this could be the first play. He's silenced up. He's already used the spin, and yeah, he will go down to the Sakuchi. That's the .3 in that. Invisibility going to be picked up by Relic. Sakuchi will hit Invis in 6.82, but still doesn't know where he is, so he'll back off. And the first blood is pretty nice. Dazzle, meanwhile, gets sent back to base. That's sunken. He does have a smoke, and he's level 4. This hero, though, rotating by himself, doesn't really do much. But if he comes to the middle lane with that Brewmaster and Primal Split, they probably find a kill.
I think Relic might have died there too. If that
Oh,
wasn't in this room.
Jenkins. He's going to get stunned up by Derp Derp. He was hiding in the trees. There's the pounce, the echo to put him to sleep, and he will go down. Slark, Mad Dog, going to be getting that kill. So 21 CS. Corey, you already mentioned his CS. It is feeling a little bit low with a 3v2 and sort of a 3v1 lane.
I think after that exchange, he will catch up quite nicely. That was what they needed, honestly.
Looks like he's gonna go Midas too, so it kind of makes up for missing a little bit of creeps already.
Yeah, actually Dazzle's heal is kind of annoying. When you're going for a last hit, like they get healed up. But I guess you can still just get them on the flip side.
Have a lot
To
of
go back
stacks
to
for Relic
that,
as well.
go back to that play with the Invis rune. I actually do think he would have died if that wasn't an Invis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if it was a
probably.
haste, he would have lived as well. But
Oh yeah.
that was quite a
Scarif-
brave play.
Scarif didn't have cool hovers slow up, but I think they might have just chased him down.
Weaver does a lot of damage.
Yeah. At least got him really close to dying.
Oh, Relic could be in some trouble.
Oh my.
Shibby has not used that Primal
Newsham
Split.
actually close
Juggernaut
down bottom.
actually going to get the kill.
Just got
on
ulted, but he's gonna
Newsham.
die for it.
And he will be traded out. The spin to win, but it's not going to help you against just the right clicks. Shredder is not going to be scared to dive with time lapse up. He's level 8 right now, and the highest levels in the game are 8 and 8, Weaver and Shadow Fiend, 7 and 7, Brewmaster and Juggernaut. So all the cores kind of keeping pace with each other between the two teams.
What do you think of that, Corey? Going for that kill as Jug? Do you think that was worth it?
I mean, he's creating havoc. I think that in itself is worth it,
Alright.
to be
Did you
honest.
say he's creating space?
Well, I used the word havoc, didn't I?
Yeah, but
Would really like to hear you say space.
yeah.
It's creating
We
space.
do, we do
Nice.
like our Twitch memes.
That's a good one, all right.
Yeah, it is.
All right, Mad Dog's in some trouble. He can't pounce away. He's got Shadow Dance and Dark Pact. There's the recipe for the Midas. Is Slark your signature hero, Corey? Once
It
upon
might
a
be.
time, maybe?
I played it like 40 minutes ago.
Nice. I hear you won that game, too, on
Here
your
you
MMR
beat
climb.
the legendary EG universe. This is true.
I am a disgusting Slark picker. I do not deserve the victory.
What do you think about Midas, though, is what I'm getting at.
Relic
Actually, Relic's in
isn't
some
gonna go
trouble.
down here.
Can he stun him in
No,
time?
no,
Oh, the
no.
TP goes out, and that's
Don't
not what
do
you're
that,
looking
Chibi.
for. If you can do it, you just have to do it instantly. Otherwise,
You
the
have
TP
to start.
out.
You have to start it before he starts the TP.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't second guess yourself there.
He might
I
still
think-
find Derp, but there are 3 heroes up here, and now Shibby does not have that Blink Dagger, so he doesn't have that free
he has
escape
Haitian,
that
though.
you normally
Gonna
do.
get
He might be able to get the AoE out on the Drunken Haze, or, they'll just kill Elder Titan. Now, Mad Dog, he's got a low level to pounce, so it's a 16-second cooldown. He'll have to go ahead and throw out the Shadow Dance. They want to turn this around. TP coming back in, that's Juggernaut. He is level 7, but he already used that Omni Slash to kill the Skywrath. So they're pretty much just chasing. Pounce won't lock. Derp has a stun, but he's only on brown boots. Dazzle's a bit faster, 355 to that 345, so Sunken is able to burn him, and Jenkins is able to TP out. So a bit, not the best primal split, but at least they do find stuff for it, and they forced a lot of rotations up top.
Yeah, they got a kill and got out free, which, I mean, they obviously didn't use the primal split for anything, but it still was kind of worth it. Oh, they're gonna transition into push on this top tower, and
Well, they better, because Shredder got the bottom tier 1 by himself, left alone in that lane, and he's progressing really nicely.
Looks like he's going for the Lincolns too. Just okay. It's an all-around good item. It just doesn't.
yeah, it blocks the
buff
jug ult
doesn't-
and the bench.
Oh my
So-
gosh.
Well, only the first tick of the juggle.
Jenkins, if
Is it?
someone dies, he hits level 6, he'll have the Ravage, but they'll actually just kill him first. Relic picks up a double kill. Now Shredder is here. He'll bring down Derp. He's got the time lapse, back to full HP. Gonna bring down Relic. Very, very big kill. There was a buyback here on Sunken, and while I guess you can still hurt him with the Sakuchi, they know where he's going as he's not really invis. Just not targetable, and they chase him down to the tower. Shredder picks up that double kill as well, and things started off great for Wheel, but I want to say Leviathan, yeah, they come out ahead there. 1,400 experience change, and the gold is pretty much a draw. Oh, sorry, like 500 experience change for Leviathan.
Really nice rotation by Shredder there, especially when he was blocking the Slark after he popped Shadow.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
good play. I think they were. I didn't see the start of that, but I think they got caught off guard by the Brute Blink Tiger.
I mean, they were just like trying to kill Tidehunter. I think they were maybe worried he was about to hit 6 or was 6. He was like, he gets it now in the bottom lane. So they commit pretty hard on killing Tide. They even threw the Omni Slash, and then like those rotations came in. And what do you have after you've used the Omni Slash at this point in the game?
Relic's gonna have to do a lot of work. Relic and Sheep are gonna have to do most of their work here.
We'll see Relic
So
go
that they
for
don't fall
Mechanism
behind too
again
hard.
as well, which I'm a big fan of, I think.
That's not good.
They've got the heal out. There's the slow from the Requiem, but the Primal Split will come forth here. The second one of the game, the stun out, the boulder onto Relic. Shredder's there to put in that big damage. Derp going to try to lock him down, but Shredder's going to go for the dive. He does have that time lapse. Another boulder going to go onto Relic, and this is, he dies up top. He comes back middle. He'll die again, and Sunken and Nusham trying to fight off Mad Dog, and he won't be able to bite anyone. Not a single person on the Leviathan goes down. Except maybe now. Jenkins is here. He's got the Ravage. He wants to use it. He can just throw it here in the tree line, and he will. It will connect on 2. Derp is who they get first. Mad Dog wants to go back in. The slow, though, coming out and sleep nicely done there by Goody on the Elder Titan. But, okay, there still is the Shadow Dance available. Shredder is, I think, going to just keep going. He has used time lapse, but Creep are taking tower hits, which means Goody is going to go down here. And should be even with the haste. It's 10-5. Leviathan may be getting out of hand right now. As we approach the 12-minute mark.
Once again, that's really the problem with Wheel's draft. They don't have a reliable way to lock down the Weaver at all.
It was a really good last pick.
I mean, once the Slark is farmed, he can kind of fight him. So can the SF, but right now they're so far ahead.
I think their plan was kind of to just ignore the Weaver and like kill his team, but
Yeah.
it's really not working out for them.
Shredder's not letting himself be ignored.
I have a feeling that generally doesn't work out for you.
Yeah, it seems like a bad strategy. We'll just, pretend this guy's not in the game, and hopefully he doesn't win it for his team. And, well, so far it's a 2-1 kill advantage, and
this is a
that's a
great DPL.
big Earth Splitter. But there's really no one there to follow up, and even Goody will go forth and try to find the kill, but Shredder is there just bringing him down. Mad Dog jumps in. If they don't have that pounce on Weaver, they don't kill him. They'll try to get Shibby, and even with the full Omni Slash, they can barely get him. It takes 4 heroes to bring him down. They'll swap him, and they'll kill him. And I think maybe Leviathan just get a little too antsy trying to find more kills. As that was really good for Wheel.
And it's a big kill on the Brewmaster, slowing him down a little bit. Slowing him down is level 11 just a little bit so they can climb this tower.
Yeah.
So this is about as comfortable as you can be on a Weaver. You almost have Shreds Lincolns at 14 minutes versus a team with not many stuns or lockdowns.
I mean, nothing, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially, nothing once the Lincolns is up. I guess Omni Slash can pop the Lincolns. It still bounces after it pops Lincolns, right?
Yeah, it
That was
does.
like a recent thing going on. And then obviously Vengeful has the Nether Swap and the Magic Missile that, you know, use one to cancel, use the other. But it's not really a great position to be. You can maybe see some Yule Scepters that will be built up to pop Lincolns, but they're the team that's behind right now. And if we look at the items they're trying to build, we've got the mech on Relic Shadow Fiend, which has been pretty popular for him. I think that's his choice. The Midas there on Slark, and that's it. Like, no one's getting a Yule Scepter on wheel unless they, like, absolutely dominate the next team fight that looks like Leviathan will try to force with the smoke.
ET's gonna pick one up when he can afford it.
Yeah, I mean,
So
that's
you can set up the
generally
stomp,
his item
so.
anyways. So.
Yeah. So they have a natural Yule's builder. Pop Lincolns in that way. It looks like Malak is in trouble.
Yeah. Did that Ravage miss?
No, it hit him, but I think he might have dark pacted it.
Yeah, that was really, really weird.
Actually, you know what happened, I think? He used the dark pack to farm the wave, and then Jenkins blinked in, thinking he was going to be over, and it just, the last tick was like, purge the Ravage.
Yeah, well, either way, whether it connected or not, they will find the kill on Slark, which is pretty good. He's second. He's second in net worth for his team. Shredder going in on the middle lane, still looking to bring down. Goody might drop just to the bug. He's got one more attack. He lives with about 90 HP as they're continuing to pressure in the middle lane, even without the Ravage. They do have Primal Split though, so yeah, they've got some big cooldowns, but as long as one is up, I don't think Wheel can really fight into them.
Oh, definitely not.
Also, Weave in another 10 seconds.
This is a Tatar.
Poor
Unless they
tower.
get a godlike fight somehow.
Well, the initiation's a little low. Actually, oh wait, what do you think? Juggernaut maybe just go Blink Dagger? Like, blink to ult or to catch people? I don't even know at this point.
I'm not sure that Blink does much. I think Team Wheel's idea should have been, let's get our core items, let's group up, and not allow the Weaver to pick us apart. But it's just too late at this point.
Oh man, Sheep, he tries to do something, at least even force a Primal Split, but Shibby will just stop, animate it, doesn't even need to cast it. He's survived like every single Omni Slash that's been thrown on him. And they talk about initiation, there they go. The Panda and the Leviathan here for Team Leviathan jumping in. Big Requiem of Souls, it'll hurt some Brewlings, but that's about it. Support's on the deck right now. Venge and Skywrath are down. And, well, Shredder doing what he does, just getting into this fight and finding the kills. He's 7-0-5. He's been involved in 12 of the 14 kills, and that's your safe lane farmer, getting this involved while also having the second highest CS and, of course, the top net worth by a large margin. They're running into Sheep. They're going upstairs on this one. They're trying to break the base. Shredder, oh, the time lapse at the last second. He's even got the bugs to throw out for a little bit more vision. I'm surprised he hasn't. Yeah, they'll go now.
This is just nasty, in all honesty.
It always feels bad to be Avenged in this game, where you die at the start of the fight, and when you respawn, the fight is still going on. Because your respawn time is just so short.
Yeah, what level? Level 7? Is he the lowest in the game? He is. Level 7, a couple 8s. Our core's up at 11, and Weaver at 12, leading the pack in not only gold, but also experience.
They're just completely fearless. Shredder might just stay and kill this tower alone.
Surprised Shredder's not going for a Radiance. He builds. I feel like he builds it on like every hero. That's his go-to build on Wraith King, just straight into Radiance. But look at this Ravage, man. Onto 2. Relic, he'll get swapped out. He can try to use that mech, and nice play by Derp. Shredder's going to be forced to time-lapse back to almost full HP. Derp with the Ancient Seal, and Shibby throwing out the Thunderclap. Almost goes down, and they're going to try to chase this. Let's take a look at... Oh, they'll actually find Dazzle. Omni Slash, about 15 seconds on cooldown right now. And Leviathan, I think they know this. They'll go ahead and back out. They came for the tier 2. They got it. You don't want to overextend and give up your lead.
Well, they did kind of overextend, and that's why the Dazzle died there. But
Just a Dazzle.
it was a good swap, and I think... What did they... I think there was a stick and a mech to keep everyone alive. Just in time there.
So what's Weaver's next item? He's got 1,800 gold right now. Just finished his Lincolns.
It's got to be Deso.
Yeah.
Also what I was thinking.
No better choice.
I'm really
Roche!
surprised Juggernaut hasn't bought anything with his 1,800 gold.
Sneaky Roche here.
Yeah, this is really nice.
But it looks like they might be onto him.
Might
They're
be
coming.
late. It's gonna
Shredder's
be
not
late.
here, so...
Oh, Spirit gave him away there, but it didn't matter.
Gosh, is he just permanently hasted on this Brewmaster or what? Look at that
Look,
weave! The clap
He has
on the
four.
4! He's gonna go
Yeah.
in! That was... a bit much. Feeling pretty strong this game. He'll get put in his place and think about it the next time.
That was
but
a really, really good stun by Derp.
yeah. Stopping that split.
He might have been okay if it was the old Brewmaster. but
Yeah, the new
there's no
cast
way you
point.
can do that with the new. Yeah,
I think Derp might even have pre-clicked it on him right here, so that he stunned him instantly.
yeah, that would have been the smart play. He probably did that.
Derp confirmed smart. Possibly
I mean,
so smart.
not everyone's been on Fnatic NA, and Derp's one of the few.
That's true. Not everyone has been on that team. All right, Shredder, 10.2. He's got 2,300. I mean, he's already more than halfway to the full Desolator. He can just buy it
MKB.
straight up here in a couple.
He's going MKB.
You think he's going MKB first? Just going to pop the Demon Edge?
Yeah, he bought the.
Yeah, he
Demon.
has it.
Oh, the Javelins. Oh, yeah, Demon Edge is coming out across the shop. So there you
It's
go.
not bad.
Definitely will kill some heroes. A little bit less so on the push, though.
There's really no evasion to avoid though, so I still think I would have preferred Deso. I'm assuming you would have too, Corey.
Maybe Slark will get a butterfly like 50 minutes.
I mean-
or
Well, it's
something.
another TP
Yeah.
cancel, and neither team really has that many stuns, right? Like, your only stuns are your ultimates on the side of
Oh,
Leviathan.
that's a great point. The SF is probably going to get butterfly at some point.
Yeah, I mean the SF and Slark build Butterfly, Juggernaut do it occasionally, but I still think, like if you buy a Desolator here, there's nothing protecting the towers.
Well, Brew doing well, while that last death was a little... It was maybe not great, but he might go for the AC, so there's maybe some minus armor to the towers at least. And a Blink and a BKB. Blink for Slark, BKB for Relics, Shadow Fiend.
Kind of
Do
a
you like
delayed
Blink this
blink
game on Slark?
Yeah, it seems a bit too late for it to be
Yeah,
as
That's
effective
what I
as
was
it
thinking
could be.
too. It's generally a good item, but
What time do you look for it by, then? Just
You
like
wanna get it,
before 15 minutes?
Yeah, roughly like
12,
12 minutes or
15,
something.
depending on your start, kind of. With Treads and Blink, and you can just take over the game.
And then you start killing everyone. But
Yeah.
at this point, what's it really gonna do? Is their problem lack of initiation?
Well, I guess if they can find the Tide Hunter and they go in and he can't get a really good Ravage off.
Slark just doesn't do enough damage right now to be a factor. That's the problem.
Well, if he can jump in and force everyone to attack him, and then Shadow Fiend gets off a nice Requiem, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. What would you have bought instead though, Corey? Instead of this, would you just gone
Probably
Scotty?
straight Scotty or BKB.
Well,
I actually found the Tide Hunter here.
yeah, they'll pick a
Yeah,
good
that was
target,
good.
so no Ravage. They want to continue to chase right now, but will they be able to? The Blink's on Shibby. I will be surprised if anyone else falls. Oh, okay, well, Nusham. While he's on a fast hero, they'll be able to run him down. Shredder wants to re-engage, and now Shibby's going to get off the ultimate, so Shredder will go right onto Derp. He'll bring him down. He's going to get the aura, though, so reduced by 20% is his damage output as a result of focusing the Venge. But I don't know if that's going to matter. Relic was thrown up in that tornado. He'll get off a nice ultimate. Sheep might even go down in the tree line. One more attack is not going to quite do it. Shredder and Shibby are just taking on the world right now by themselves. And they're going to go back over to Relic. Shredder, he keeps attacking Mad Dog. I feel like if he just switches the target, they would have killed Relic by now. But he really wanted the Slark first. And Jenkins is already back and respawned. The Blink into the Ravage. And I guess that's why they weren't going for that one. He had 2 lives. The Aegis was there on Relic, and they'll bring him down for the second time. Sheep trying to TP out. Where's your MKB? Doesn't need it. There's still enough damage. But, yeah.
I fight went on a little bit too long, so that Tide had time to respawn and come
Yeah,
out of the
that's the
Ravage.
problem when, like, the tier 1s are still up and you're off lane and safe lane.
Might have been a little bit overkill to Ravage there for the Shadow Fiend and the Slark, but it's rather better to be safe than sorry.
As much as we were criticizing the Blink on Slark, it actually did quite a bit of work.
Yeah,
That
did a
fight
lot
was-
that fight. So we were proven wrong.
Empirically.
Well,
We like,
It's-
as casters, we like to be proven wrong, though, right?
yeah, definitely.
I guess. Depends who's doing the proving.
It looks like Weaver's gonna have his MQB for the next fight. He has
Sunken's in
15
some
too
trouble.
high.
He's actually doing a lot of damage back to Mad Dog, but he will go down. And Slark doesn't really care about his HP. You can just hang off the map for a second. Yeah, Cart Dota, you can prove us wrong.
What are you going Slark, Corey? Is it BKB or Scotty or?
I think you have to go BKB.
Or
As
Basher,
unfortunate as it is,
Yeah. It's really sad to go BKB second item on Slark.
you
But-
just don't pack quite the punch you want to pack if you build a BKB second item.
Well,
but
There is quite a lot of tanky heroes, so you can get a lot of Essence Shift. Hitting the Tide Hunter, he's quite tanky. Like with the Weaver time lapse and the Grave, you're gonna hit heroes a lot. So
yeah, you are.
maybe you can build up damage that way.
Interesting that the Jug opted for a Blink too.
Yeah, I was gonna go on a long
three,
time ago.
all three cores didn't really build heavy damage items. When like Mech BKB on the Shadow Fiend, Blink on the 2 other cores.
They are heavy physical damage though, and they have the Venge and the ET and the Shadow Fiend aura. So they
The
don't.
later the game goes, more in their favor it is, for sure.
As long as it doesn't get to the point where Weaver could just 1v5 them.
I mean, they pretty much just 2v forward in that top lane on the side of Leviathan.
I think Weaver can only 1v5 for so long. In the ultra late game
Yeah.
scenarios, he can't
Oh, yeah,
really
definitely.
do as much as most heroes.
Yeah, he kind of relies on Sakuching in, hitting you like 4 times, getting 2 Geminites off, and then killing you.
That it just becomes less relevant when like 5 heroes are stacking up and
Exactly.
you can't really
It's a lot
split them
harder.
apart.
Venge is pretty good this game too, because that's like the focus of this Weaver, and then you kill Venge, and then suddenly in one more level you'll be losing 36% of your damage.
Yeah.
Even if you don't kill the Venge and she just sits back, she can always swap out the guys who can.
Oh my gosh,
focus.
look at that crit coming through Shibby again with another haste. They're going to look for Goody. We might not get to the ultra late game or even the late game if Leviathan keep on finding pickoffs like this. They're going to work on the second to last tier 2 tower. They've really opened up the map, but actually looking at their wards, not really too aggressive with them, just around the rush pit. Okay, they'll put up a new one over here by the secret shop. So that's pretty nice. Look at this, they're just going for it though. The Lincolns is up. I like actually, I kept thinking about the Lincolns in terms of it just being on Weaver, but now when you put it onto Shibby and just have him jump in, that seems really, really smart. Derp will barely survive that, can be forced back. The Ravage will go off, keeping Mad Dog in place. Shibby now going for the split. He still has the Lincolns onto the Green Panda after the split. And Relic hiding back behind the tier 4s. Leviathan going to keep their eyes on the prize, and they're going to bring down the tier 3 tower in the bottom lane. I think they give up their top tier 1 during this exchange, and here comes some TPs. Look at this Earth Splitter from behind. It hasn't quite hit anyone, though, and they're able to fall back. They've lost no one, but they have used the Primal Split and the Ravage. Omni Slash is going to go out. Look at that grave. Beautiful stuff here. Shredder going to get stunned up, has time lapse, will take it. He's on a sentry right now. He needs to get a little bit
dead.
further away. The tier 3 tower is dead. He'll go back into the base, but sentry again, out of range. Sakuchi runs out, and they'll bring him down. Actually, the Hell of Tear, pure damage will drop him.
They did a really good job kiting the Tidehunter and the Brewmaster that fight. After they went into down here, and they just ran back to base and they couldn't really kill anything. Then re-engaged.
I think Leviathan overstayed their welcome. They should have gotten the tower and immediately been satisfied with that.
I think they tried doing that though, and Will just
Well,
kinda-
they were diving into the base a bit. They wasted a lot of time doing that, in my opinion.
Yeah, and they might give up a lot more than they bargained for. Wheel are going to push the tier 1, which, I mean, whatever, tier 1 at 27 minutes. That's not too big of a deal. It's some nice gold for Wheel. But the big thing is Roche is going to be back in like 20 seconds. So if they're able to get the second Roche, like they already sort of sneaked that first Roche, even though they weren't able to win the team fight with it, now they might find themselves
There
at
it
a point
is.
where they can. And it respawns, but they've got to scout it out.
Yeah.
Elder Titan was just
Leviathan have
looking for it.
a lot of good wards around here though, so it's gonna be hard to get it.
Yeah, and
Get
it
those
looks
leads.
like, yeah, all the wards from Leviathan are great. So they were really warding for that next big objective, which is going to be the Roche. And I already saw the pings from Shredder onto it, so I think both teams are pretty aware that it can be up. I don't think anyone
There's a
knows for
BKB
sure.
Panda.
I actually love BKB on Panda.
Is it really necessary this game though?
I
What are
mean, you're a raid boss for
Straight
10
up.
seconds, and then you're a raid boss for 17 seconds.
Okay.
Although, I mean, with the auras, he probably won't be able to sit there for 10 seconds before he has to primal split. The physical damage, even with all the blinks, is still pretty high from Wheel.
I think I would have liked an AC or something akin
Yeah.
to like a death pushing item.
Or even a Shiva's. I guess AC helps more for pushing and taking buildings, but
Helps
AC's
the Weaver
better
out
here.
quite a bit.
yeah.
What do you think Weaver's gonna go for now, Corey? Is it Butterfly? Or is it Crit? Or like something, another damage item?
I'm not actually sure.
'Cause personally, I would kind of go Butterfly here. Just so you're really hard to kill for a long time.
It's probably the correct choice. I agree. There's so much physical DPS on Dire.
They have Vlads now too. Well, I guess Panda's had that for a while, but it's really essential against ET.
Oh god,
Looks like they're just gonna swing
Weaver's
bottom.
gonna have so much here. Like, one life with the Aegis, and probably another life if he wants to buy back. So he can kind of just stand in the front line. Even though He's not
And he
the
has
tankiest
time-lapse and
hero.
Grave.
Yeah,
And
like
Grave.
time-lapse, Grave, Aegis. It's going to be pretty crazy. Shredder can do a lot. He's 11-1-9. Like, that's insane. He's been involved in 20 of the 22 kills.
Wheeler's doing a good job keeping the other lanes pushed out. So they've gotten 2 towers in the top lane every time they try to push this bottom lane.
Yeah, it's really nice. They did just pick up the AC as well in their Shadow Fiend, so maybe that turns the fight. Goody's positioned nicely for an Earth Splitter. He's looking for the stomp. He'll find it. It was an okay Omni Slash, but that ability has really done nothing this game. The Ravage is going to go off here from Jenkins before dropping. They'll be able to kill the Slark. He has buyback. They'll force it. That's a pretty big deal right there. Panda just dealing with the supports, keeping them busy up in the sky in those tornadoes, as they will bring down the range racks. And at this point, Leviathan, I feel like they've already done enough to just back off, and actually they have backed off, just chasing this Juggernaut sheep all the way into the trees by the side shop. They'll bring him down, and we do see Panda unable to escape. They'll kill him, as he did kill the range racks, though.
Interesting how that turned into 2 4v1 scenarios.
Yeah, that was
it actually was
kinda
that
weird.
fragmented. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Jenkins stunned up here. Another Goody's been doing pretty well, I think, on this Elder Titan, finding those sleeps. But the Force Staff to the Gush, that's going to bring him down. And Mad Dog going to go straight onto the Skywrath, who's picked up that Yule's very popular item these days. Kind of showing us why right there. Even the Grave going to come out, so Nusham, he does have quite a bit of damage. Still holding on to the agility that he has in 6.82. Goody will TP away, and this is where the MKB, that's what I wanted to see earlier. Just a way to deal with those TPs. Secures a kill, otherwise would have been lost.
That's a great example on why Dazzle is so good in these prolonged fights. When the weave is almost max charges, it's like negative 20 armor, I think.
And
Yeah.
positive 20 armor, depending on
Yeah.
if you got it on
And
everybody
like,
or not.
the Shadow Fiend had no armor, so he just died from a quarter HP to a Weaver attack there.
No
That's an
armor
SF with-
while he
with an
has an AC, too.
Yeah.
Looks like they're not gonna get melee racks though. And Sunken's probably gonna die.
Yeah, they've been sticking around here for a while. Shredder off to a weird location on the map, and one swap going to cancel out a TP there. Jenkins trying to get away, and once again, Leviathan maybe stick there for just a little too long. They'll give up a few kills.
The Blade Flurry clipped the Tidehunter when he had like 0.2 seconds left on his blink there.
Oh, I
So,
saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, if that doesn't happen, he might make it out.
He would have gotten away for sure,
Well, I mean, they would have seen where he went, but
or at least wasted their time at
Yeah,
the bare
exactly.
minimum. And it looks like Weaver's going for Deso here, and I actually do agree with that.
He's going to blow people up. Like we already talked about, they don't have any armor, even with their AC. Now you put in the armor reduction from a Deso onto a target.
Or perhaps VKB, but that would kind of surprise me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially
it's
with
probably not
the
VKB.
hammer first.
well, at this point, I think you should buy the hammer first. You don't really need the Ogre Club for health.
So if we look
So-
at Jug, he's going Oblivion Staff, which leads me to believe that he's going Orchid, but I'm not.
Could be refresher.
Could be refresher, yeah.
Oh no,
He doesn't have the
actually,
mana
would
for
you
that
go
at all.
he doesn't have mana
for
to
Ags.
refresh actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Should
don't-
be Orchid.
I can't imagine an Orchid being effective
Yeah, me
at this
neither.
stage in the game.
It seems a little weird, but I mean, they obviously have a good reason for it if they're buying it.
He might actually just buy it for the Dazzle.
Yeah.
It has its uses, yeah, for sure.
I guess if you can like blink in with Jug Slark on the backline on like Tide and Dazzle and silence one and kill the other.
It's not a bad idea.
If executed like properly, it's pretty good. There's not really a lot they can do.
Also, Leviathan don't really have to force those team fights anymore. Like, with the bottom lane exposed, with one racks down, you can... If you feel like you're not as comfortable taking the team fights, then you can just go Rat Dota with this Weaver.
I feel like they should farm up the refresher and probably the AC on Brewmaster, and then try again with next rush.
Yeah, not too far off from the refresher for Jenkins on the Tide, and looking at the AC, we got that, I guess, the second most expensive piece in it. The plate mail is there, so should be... He's a little ways off from that. It is Desolator for the Weaver. About to be delivered now.
Looks like they're just gonna walk up and kill this top tower. It's 300 health. Shouldn't be contested.
Once Tide gets that refresher, I think the team fights are going to be almost impossible for Dire to win. Unless
Yeah, they have to
can
kill the Tide before
pick
he
people off,
uses...
What do you
This
think
is it.
about, this is looking to the future, obviously. What do you think about the damage nerf to Ravage in 6.83? Does that even matter?
It's still
like
Ravage.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the damage nerfs to RP. You won't be able to solo kill as much, but it's still an RP, you know.
Yeah, indeed.
Even though Mag doesn't see a lot of play right now.
Yeah, Dendy plays him every single game these days.
Oh.
But, you know, it's Bendy.
I haven't been watching a lot of Navi lately.
Wow, I've been casting Navi and you haven't even been watching?
Well,
Why do I even invite you on?
I'll have to catch up.
It's okay, I made the VODs. You can find them on
Alright.
youtube.com/BeyondTheSummit. So this is
Uh.
what maybe could be the final fight. Let's sort buybacks by team here, and we'll look. Shadow Fiend and Juggernaut both with buybacks. Slark and Elder Titan were forced to buy back in that last team fight in the bottom lane. So not available there. And already being behind and forcing buybacks. It's a slippery slope.
I really want to see Leviathan take this really slowly. Just have the Weaver get in a couple of hits here and there. Not really try enforcing this.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna do here.
Whoa, Mad
Just
Dog.
like this.
What the heck was that?
Because this forces Wheel to engage at them. And they have no vision behind there because they don't have this spell water. So this fight is going to be completely on Leviathan's terms.
Yeah, I mean, we can look at, where's my key? The dire vision right now. They can only see, like, that. That's it. And I guess over here as well, but not a whole lot of vision. Even the lane ward. But what could be the fight now is they're going to force an early time lapse, which, again, says to me that they're going to continue to take this pretty slow. Wait for that time lapse cooldown before they do anything crazy.
Goody almost died there to the Skywrath Mage. Interesting.
Just a Mystic Flare and a slow, or...
Yep. I believe it's a Yule's into a Mystic Flare.
And Ascension Ward might be really important, actually.
Yeah, Weaver. I mean, they got to know it's there, right? There's actually essentially.
I don't think they do yet.
Well, they just got dewarded. They don't know about this one, but they do. They should know about this one.
Oh, yeah.
Either way, it's a good
I'm talking
coverage.
about the one in lane, because they haven't been exposing, like, attacking the Weaver when he was invisible before.
And he probably
I
won't
guess-
even. He won't even know anyways, because he's
No,
expecting
exactly.
just the towers revealing him.
But then again, they don't have a great way to pop Lincolns. I'm gonna see a Smoker. I'm not really sure what they're looking for, but
Roche
Maybe
is.
the Weaver, but-
Roche is like a
I
minute.
don't think
to
they
3
can kill the
minutes
Weaver,
away.
though. No. They don't really seem too sure themselves.
You
No.
you kind of need an Abyssal to kill that Weaver.
They're just going to the side shot. Or
I mean,
secret
if you get the Venge Stun into the ET Stomp, you know, he's probably
Yeah,
dead.
and
Before
as
he
a
ever
ult
hitting him.
after that, maybe
Yeah.
that would be pretty good.
But
3,400 gold on Weaver, guys.
looks like they just didn't do anything.
What does he buy? I think Weaver might just by heart eliminate the possibility that you get picked off in some.
And he's just gonna go bottom air. I really like this too.
Yeah, that's Panda.
really nothing
Chibi
they can do.
creating that space. The BKB up gets a couple seconds on that. Now he'll go for the ultimate. Slark is trying to deal with this in the bottom lane. Structures will be fortified. Shredder. He's gone for that time lapse, and let's not forget that Aegis 1, it would have expired, and 2, he used it a while ago. So he'll be out of the base, and now up top they start working and find the tier 3 tower there. You still have the Ravage online. You have used the Primal Split, though. Towers in deny range. Will they deny it? I feel like maybe they do, but Sunken is able to get off the Shallow Grave, buy some more space, 4 staff away, and try to TP out. That's going to get canceled up by Goody on the Elder Titan, so well done there. Bottom lane,
Shredder's
Shredder
almost dead,
still fighting. Oh my gosh, that pounce just barely
So
misses.
close.
He's got
He's actually
8
on him.
seconds
He
to run.
might die.
Yeah, he might go down here, and it's going to be enough
Oh, he
damage
dies to the
just
last tick.
off of the
Dark
Dark
Pact.
Pact.
Wow. Well, they did get water max.
I'd say that's
So-
worth it.
Yeah, I
overall.
think that's
Yeah, kinda.
probably pretty good.
Sunken was really wanted that top tower, and that's why he died, because he went in for like one auto attack, and Jug just blinked in and ulted.
That was a nice maneuver though by Leviathan. I like
Oh,
the
yeah.
idea of that.
Jenkins going to also try to go for the TP. Won't be able to. The damage from Wheel is a little too strong, and if they check it, they'll realize it was another short Roshan respawn. So they could go for that Rosh, try to get the third one. They got the first Rosh, gave up the second one, could find the Aegis and the Cheese right now, but buyback on Tide.
It should be checked Roche, and I think that's why Tide bought back.
Yeah.
So they want to be able to contest it.
And yeah, the tier 3 tower was left on like 30
Oh.
HP. They did get it.
So look at that. I'm just gonna run in here. Thanks. It's pretty smart. He's even pulling the creep wave off now. So if they kill these creeps, they can't really do anything.
Per illusion, that's pretty annoying. Pulling up
A
the
lot of
middle lane
value.
like that. Yeah, that's
And
an
that's
It's really,
value.
it's really smart use of illusions. But I guess the tower's gonna die anyway. Yeah, they're just
Yeah.
okay.
So let's end the high
Shadow
ground
Fiend?
push for sure.
Got
I
a
mean, Weaver
demon
will be
edge.
back without having to buy back as a result of that.
He's going MKB here, right?
I
Corey?
assume it's MKB.
It's not crit, 'cause
it's
you would buy-
comparable to crit, but
You would buy the little crit first, right? Generally.
not in all cases.
Okay.
You might.
Yeah. Okay. We are just gonna apply BKB, I assume, because he's got another club now.
Yeah, there's nothing else. Unless it's a casual SNY.
He could be having his halberd.
Which...
Very casual.
True.
It could be halberd. Some
Yeah,
evasion.
it looks like they're just gonna go for rush.
They're gonna get it.
They're gonna get scouted though, but I don't think it matters.
I mean, is there a way to fight them? Like, they have Ravage and the Primal Split, like, in this close quarters?
No, they're gonna kill rush before. And
Well,
if they
maybe
try
with
to
an
kill
Earth
him,
Splitter onto 3, and actually won't get anybody. Maybe hit someone a little bit with the slow, but
No,
Weaver's
you
going to
can
go ahead and get
try.
the Aegis one more time, and now they've sort of committed to the fight. Derp stuck in a corner, not where he wants to be.
great
He'll
Ravage.
drop the gem after that Ravage. The Primal Split will go off.
Oh my
Weaver
God.
drops. He was on the center of that Requiem of Souls on ground 0, but he's back right now. He's trying to bring down Relic. That's the big kill. Can they get a time lapse out? Nice Cyclone there from Shibby. Immediately
no.
will dispel it. Maybe shouldn't have immediately dispelled it because Relic is hitting really hard. He'll bring down the Weaver. Is Weaver going to time lapse back into this one? It looks like he will not. He's maybe not sure how low he was 5 seconds ago. And the TP's out. Sunken and Jenkins both TPing out. And that's a really good fight for Wheel. Like, they take away that Aegis and force the buyback on Weaver.
That's just a product of the Aegis interaction with time lapse. I think Shredder didn't think he was gonna be that low.
Oh,
using time
that's
lapse.
what happened. Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, how did that go so poorly? But
Oh, yeah,
If
time,
he
he did
time-lapse-
use it in there.
yeah,
It
if
looked
you
like he
time-lapse
lost
select
health.
low health.
With time
Yeah.
lapse, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's real unfortunate. Because now he's so far from BKB and he can't farm anything. At least he has the cheese.
Yeah, you just gotta be careful with that.
But, yeah. Now, Wheel gets another tier of items. MKB on Shadow Fiend, Basher on Slark.
He's
almost got a
Abyssal. Look
Abyssal.
at it. Yeah,
They're actually back in this game.
that's
now.
that's a problem. That's a huge problem. The Weaver is kind of stagnated.
Yeah, I mean, can't you just fall back onto split pushing right now with one lane exposed, one lane completely down if you're Leviathan?
Yeah, you can't. I have a feeling this game
but-
could go on for quite some time.
They
But
tend
once
to do
once
that.
the Slark gets an Abyssal, like, Weaver's not really safe.
No one's safe. Let's be
Yeah,
real.
just seriously, like, Abyssal is probably the best item in the game.
It's up
one of
there.
the better
Hex
ones.
is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'd say Hex is actually the best item in the game. It's just I don't think it's just a situation ever where Hex is bad.
Is it that good against Weaver, though? Or even, like, Lycan, for instance? Because, like, even if you hex them, they're still freaking
Yeah.
super
Oh.
fast.
Yeah, I guess Lycan is not the best, but it's still really good.
Whereas
You
the
know, there's
Abyssal,
4 other heroes on his team generally.
that's sometimes, yeah.
This is an Orchid.
There's the Orchid.
Finally, the
The
Orchid.
41-minute Juggernaut Orchid. I don't think
Can
I've
we get some
ever
stats on
said
that?
that before in my life.
Is this the first Orchid on Juggernaut? Maybe.
I bet
It's-
it's been built before,
Yeah,
but not
I'm
at
sure
the
it's been built
41-minute
before.
mark.
That's value. And he's on it. All right. So, yeah, Orchid of Malevolence. I mean, my theory was he blinks in, silences up the Dazzle, and then kills the Dazzle. Sunken has
You know what
extended
this
the
is?
fights pretty well.
This is actually a product of Derp, I think.
You
I think Derp's the
think-
only one who would think of this.
Maybe. He's quite an inventive guy.
I mean, no one went Manta, right? Like, that's kind of the item that you're like, all right, well, no longer is Orchid good because they can just Manta out of it every 2 seconds.
But Weaver's going BKB. It's
Yeah,
clearly
but
for the
Sun already has
supports.
BKB. There's even a
Maybe
Yules on
for the
Skywrath.
Tides.
Well, I mean, Skywrath has Yule, so you can't even use it on him. And there's a 4-staff on Dazzle. He's got 2,100 gold. You could build a Lincoln's up pretty quick. I
You
mean, not a
suppose you
Lincoln, sorry.
Get
a
rid of this
Yule's.
bottle and get a Ghost up there, I think. Because
Yeah.
he's just taking physical damage every fight, and, like, dying to jug ult and stuff.
We can look at Vision right now. Let's look at Wheel first. I noticed they have a ton of wards out. That one's actually about to expire. That one's somewhat fresh on the end of its life. And here we go, both teams warding up the Roshan cliff. And actually, no Vision here for Leviathan.
I always find this so strange.
It doesn't seem like a good Dire ward, but it's
No,
really good
I
Radiant.
mean, just 2 words on top of each other. I feel like one of these word, like the dire word, should be
Like,
deworded.
someone should know, right?
Tide got picked off at top.
Aw, poor Tide.
His
So-
refresher is so heavily delayed.
Yeah.
I mean, Brewmaster got his AC before Tide picked up the refresher, and he was a lot closer to the refresher than the Brew was to the AC. So
Typo back once though. Yeah, he did.
quite
So that's-
quite unfortunate.
Have they even utilized the Ancients here for the Tide Hunter, like, at all?
Yeah, he stacked a little bit at the beginning, I think, but not a lot after that, from what I've seen.
Yeah, because normally, like, Tide doing as well as he was and his team was doing. Like, we see the refreshers coming out like 30 minutes even.
He did go 4 stuff before it though.
Yeah, so maybe
So
we'll think
slows down a little
35, but at 44 minutes, starting to die and get picked off, it really has slowed it down. And we talked about the Abyssal Blade already coming up online. It's actually not quite there. I think Slark wants buyback as well. He's got 4,900 gold right now. Weaver finishes that BKB, and this is Wheels pushing across the map, rolling up on the top tier 3 tower, and they'll bring it down. Pretty much
Yeah,
no
they get
problem.
that tower for free. Absolutely for free.
And if they can level
Weaver
out
did
the,
a lot of
the
damage
Rax
now, though.
advantage, that's going to be really nice. And
Oh,
yeah.
Relic,
Right.
though, just
The weave
explodes.
there.
The armor reduction and BKB up on Shredder will allow him to continue to chase down Goody. Looks like the Orchid worked out. I heard a lot of Omni slashing, and Orchid's on cooldown for Juggernaut. So exactly what he wanted to do was kill that Dazzle, but I don't think he does it early enough, as the Shadow Fiend did die pretty abruptly. Still looking for the chase. It's going to be put to sleep. Nice stop there by Goody. He's creating a lot of extra time here for the Shadow Fiend to maybe even re-emerge into this fight. But that orb is not going to go away. He's going to have to keep running. Maybe Yule Scepter
okay.
in 3 seconds,
Yules,
and
2,
actually I think
1.
he's going to be okay.
No.
Will he Yules?
Oh,
Oh,
he
that
is
mech
like
from
Shadow
Shadow Fiend keeps him up. It was going to be pretty close otherwise.
I think he would have been fine.
Yeah, he would
regardless.
have gotten Jules off, but he almost ran into it by running down there. In the
Yeah.
little thing.
It's kind of unfortunate there were no MKB procs on that Juggernaut
Yeah.
he was teasing out. I'm really surprised he lived there.
Yeah,
It's
it
quite well
was.
done.
It was certainly wasn't a 35% chance to proc right there.
It never is, man. It's always 100.
Yeah, but when somebody else is, it's always then you know.
When it's
everybody
you,
procs.
it's like, did I even skill this ability? Because I haven't got a proc on anything. But well, look at this Abyssal and already 1,600 gold. Still holding on to the Midas too, so he can sell that and just pick up another item to get that 6 slot. He's also holding on to the gem that Derp bot lost, and it looks like they were able to retrieve. Or maybe they just bought another one. I'm actually unsure of that.
It's funny that the SF died before Derp could even get a chance to swap.
Yeah.
Because his reaction time has been kind of on point this game, but that was just too quick.
Yeah, he must have. It must have been towards the end of the weave.
Yeah.
And he just went in and hit him. Just. You don't think of the weave that much, because like it happens and then it kind of goes away. You
Yeah,
don't
it's
think
kind of
about
understated.
being negative 20 armor and then
It's
just.
also
die
not
weave.
obvious, or super obvious that it's on.
Yeah,
either.
exactly.
I mean, I guess you have a buff placer, but do you look
mean-
at that bar constantly when you play, Corey?
You don't think
No.
about that in team fights.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing against like a bounty hunter, you rarely ever look at that.
Oh, well, looks like Leviathan are sort of back in the seat of aggression, architecting their aggression.
Control. Trying to get wards up here, I think, but Sunken kind of messed up his 4 staff. So
Yeah, it's
Alright.
this new terrain is actually so awkward for warding and dewarding. It's pretty aggravating.
you just 4 stuff up here, and then you go 4 stuff to over here, and then back here.
And now he's stuck. They're gonna see him. The
Yeah.
spirit. It's gonna put him to sleep. He'll force that to
Oh, he forced
dodge.
that down.
Nicely
That's
done.
so opportune. Opportune timing right there.
Very, very important.
They're just testing the waters, putting themselves in the most awkward situation and seeing if they could get out. There's the D ward though you mentioned with those wards on top of each other. They figured it out near the tail
Yeah, they
end.
saw the one. They saw the big place this time, so they just instantly take it out.
Maybe expecting a fresh one since Dazzle is 4 staffing up there.
Tide's
yeah, they
closing in
definitely
on
saw
the
it, so-
refresher. He's about 100 gold away.
He's just waiting for spawns here.
Is that the nail
Mistake.
in the coffin right there?
I think that's your cue to go. Well, it's
Had it
really
been-
going to be. It's
Had
gonna
it been
depend on
10
the
minutes
run
ago, I think the game would have ended with the refresher, but now I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I don't know how much it does.
Like, if he gets it off on Shadow Fiend and there's like a weave going, then it's definitely game. But Shadow Fiend
Tide
doesn't
just
have buyback.
dies so quickly too. When you think
Yeah.
about it.
I think he needs to not just use
He's got
normal
7
positioning
armor,
view,
man. That's why he's dying so fast.
but I think he needs to stand in a little bit awkward spot, like not just behind like you usually do, like probably a little bit off to the side, so he's not as easily found. So the Juggernaut and Slark can't just go on and force him
I
to
don't-
Ravage nothing.
I don't think you want to initiate with Ravage here. You definitely
no,
want to
definitely.
wait out the spin and the BKB and then go in. If you get a double Ravage off there, then you might just win the game.
Tide's so much better as a counter initiator than just
It
initiating.
goes for almost every, quote unquote initiating hero.
Yeah, for sure.
They tried to smoke mid
Look
here.
at,
and
yeah, the smoke from
Shibby
Wheel.
broke
They
it.
smoke up as 5, and there's
This is a
Shibidota
great
popping his
Ravage.
BKB. That Ravage is magnificent, and now the Primal Split going off. Can they bring down Goody? If they can kill him, there's no more natural order. Shredder, He's going to be graved up. He'll be able to find the time lapse. He needs to get away. He is just getting chunked by Relic, but they will find him. He goes down. The Requiem of Souls upon Death is going to shoot out. Mad Dog now brings down the Tidehunter, looking for more. Won't find the pounce. He actually goes into the tree line. And Newsham and friends, Newsham Shibi sunken, still up right now, going to try to bring away. I think there's a buyback that went out from Weaver. Yes, indeed. He's trying to run his way back. They've dealt with the healing ward. Sheep, though, doing a lot of damage. Actually, no. Mad Dog doing a lot of damage. Sheep just buying a little bit of time. They are able to find the kill on the Panda, so they'll have him down for about 80. His buyback is available, and Leviathan, maybe they don't know this, but if they just force those 2 buybacks and run him up middle lane, like, no SF for 70, no Juggernaut for 80. Like, they could maybe have been the game-losing fight for Wheel.
I think it might be.
Yeah, they're going to get at least top racks. Probably also mid racks. Yeah, there's no buybacks.
Just Mad
Again,
Dog
in that
the
fight,
world.
the weave on the Slark and the Juggernaut, proving why it's so good. Tana just hit for so much on the Juggernaut. Slark can really stay. He's gonna go on Dazzler.
Yeah, it's big that the Panda lives, too, because he's giving so much armor to his team, the +10 from all of his auras. And, like, if he dies first, then I feel like Leviathan just get picked apart. But he's able to survive until the very, very end. And actually,
Shredder actually might die here.
Yeah, they're buying a lot of time. They'll
He's
even
dead.
kill Shredder.
And he bought back too.
Yeah, he's dead for 2
The
minutes.
Slark has 36 stacks.
That's insane.
You don't see
It's
that
so
very
hard.
often.
108 agility. 108.
Oh, it's all, so insane.
28
But they did
base
lose a tier
armor.
4 tower here. Just really important. And Derp goes down as well to Scaraf. It's not the biggest deal in the world, though, because we're going to be up. But
I mean, Venge will be back. He was the last one to die, like you said. He just got picked off. He'll be back in 45. There's still going to be about a 40-second window where there is no Weaver. Is Wheel going to be able to maybe move out across this map? Or maybe take a Roshan and then move out? As the 4th Rosh spawns, Cheese and Aegis once again up for grabs.
no, then he's going to get Rosher. That's the only reason he's doing it.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I
transfer.
think they should just push out their lanes. Top and bottom.
And then go for a
preferably.
death push.
Yeah, I think they just wait, right? There's no reason to wait for them to push in.
Not yet.
No. Like, say that they push top, like bottom's gonna push in, regardless, and someone's gonna have to go back eventually.
Woo!
Rapier.
Woo! Slark. The
Koi?
Rapier pickup here. Mad
Yeah,
Dog.
yeah, why not?
Why
Why
not?
not?
Yeah, okay. Would you hit on this?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I like the initiative.
I don't think you should
Wait a
show it here, though. I really don't think you should.
That might have been a mistake. You're right.
Because now they know. I think that's really important when you pick up a big item like
I-
this.
I can't figure out why Jenkins isn't buying his refresher yet.
Buyback maybe? Oh,
I
he
don't-
buys it now.
He's
Yeah.
short on. Actually, he has.
No,
gold
he
now.
just bought it. He just sold it again. So
He really can't decide whether he wants to finish the item or go for the buyback. Especially since now that they see this divine, they're like, wow, if we lose this fight, it's actually over.
well,
think
Bridge
he
in a good
needed-
position to split push.
So
Actually,
there are a
you
lot
need
of
double
buybacks.
Ravage, like, 20
Every
minutes.
person has buyback except for the
Nice
Weaver.
grave. Nice grave on Scarlet
he
Mage.
might. Oh, okay. He's not gonna die.
Taking a little nap on the front lines. is
Okay, he
Lucian.
buys the refresher.
Buys it now.
I think that's better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's all in, but Wheeler also all in with this Rapier, even though they have an Aegis.
Yeah, I mean, having the Aegis is pretty nice. And I like the point you brought up. Like, you get a big item like that, it's so much better to just to not show it. The other team has no clue. You may even smoke gank after it, too.
Especially if you get like a Blink Dagger on Tide or Puck or something like that early. Just go back to base, pick it up, and smoke and TP to a lane instantly.
Yeah. Maybe
Bench
just,
is the sole defender here.
they weren't expecting to be able to find a pick-off. You know, Leviathan probably just going to be in their base after that Roche goes down. Shibi trying to get a split push on.
Yeah, he's a little bit scared to walk in because he doesn't know where the Dire Heroes are. If they backed off or not, so he doesn't want to go into the base, but he knows now.
Yeah, sees all 3 in the middle lane. Tier 3
Should I
tower
kill them?
will fall, so Wheel definitely still putting up a fight.
Oh, wow.
And wow, Shibi gets a kill.
It's actually really
Gotta
bad.
bring down the Tusk
They
effigy.
gotta go back.
That's the last remaining tier 4. It's about a quarter HP right now, and that's going to allow Leviathan to leave the base. They're pushing up out of the middle lane. It's 36-31 here at 53
They
minutes.
get
And
destroyed.
oh,
They
look
get
at this.
destroyed.
Ravage goes out. Refresher. He'll
He
find
gets
two
two
of them. He'll get sheep twice. I think Mad Dog maybe dodges one of those. But look at this grave from Sunken. Always on point. And this is the Rapier. If they kill Mad Dog here, this is not good for Wheel. And they'll get him. That's just the first life, though. He's going to be able to pop back up. And
gonna
Drunken
blink.
Haze coming out pretty soon.
Oh.
Will he be able to blink away? No, they're going to keep
Smart
him
play
in
by
there.
Shredder.
He'll fall. And nice grave there by Sunken, just taking all the precautions. And now we've got
That was
the
a really
Rapier
good play by
switching
Shredder.
hands.
To Sakuchi onto him, because Sakuchi is one of the few abilities that do its damage instantly. So you can't ever blink away from someone who Sakuchi's on you.
I like Leviathan's choice to send Shibi top and kind of
Yep.
get that kill on the Venge and force rotations back. That really put an end to the death push of Team Wheel.
God, and
Now
Sky's got
Skyrath
a
has a
sheep.
Hex.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, I think this game is increasingly
Think it's in the
difficult
books?
for Dire, yeah.
Yep, just going to work on the last racks. Once again, they'll put that link. It's on Brewmaster. It's been pretty effective, showing off the sheep onto Relic, but Mad Dog going to try to jump in onto Sunken. I don't know, Sunken's got to feel good, right? When you're the Dazzle and everyone's just trying to kill you first, clearly you've been doing your job throughout the game.
This is Mega Creeps and game.
Presumably the game, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Well,
a
yeah.
Rapier on Shredder right now, so...
It's really hard.
They get the
Keeps
Rapier back, you know, they can draw it out a bit.
Well, they don't have the cleave that you need to kill these Mega Creeps.
Games are never over, I've learned.
I think it depends on your heroes. I don't think these heroes are capable of defending Mega Creeps for that long.
Yeah, probably not. Shibi's in some trouble. He'll be brought
He's gonna
down,
go
he'll
down.
give up a gem. I'm not sure how big of a deal it is. They still have another gem.
He's
on
got buyback
Sunken.
even if they try
Yeah.
for anything, so... It should just be game here, unfortunately, for Wheel.
Leviathan's just
Flying
playing it safe though.
Yeah,
They don't want to throw this.
I think they should, too.
All these games for them in
At this point,
Starladder
there's no point
are
for
really
you-
important. So, like, if they had a game like this that they ended up letting slip away, like, they would feel so bad about it.
You have a little bit of a window after Team Mega Creeps you. If you kill them as they do it, then you can sometimes just push down mid and counter end the game. But it doesn't look like that's gonna happen here.
No.
That's just 4
Leviathan might
heroes
just sit on
alive.
their base. They're just gonna wait, maybe.
I think it's the right play.
Low
mean-
risk.
High reward, I guess.
Those are the
Essentially.
plays that you want to be able to make, right?
I mean, winning the game is the highest potential reward.
Oh, and finally, I get to cover a game where it's the Radiant that have the Mega Creeps. These guys look so badass.
That looked really good. So, I mean, the Dire ones, they're just black, kind of.
Yeah, they're just like, we
You can
got a
definitely
little
see that
more
these guys have armor.
evil. These guys just look super cool, and it like throws in a different color. These are the important things.
Well, who knows if this game goes 180 minutes?
Please no.
No,
I don't.
I don't even think we'll think they can win this game, but they want to play it out anyway.
Yeah, might as
Probably
well.
just talking about kind of what went wrong.
I think I'll have to bring it up, but I think all the Americas sort of group stages here in Starladder are all really, really close. As offlane is going to go ahead and be brought down. That's the offlaner from almost an hour ago, I guess, when we started out. It's the Juggernaut that gets dropped down. Buyback almost immediately.
Yes, and here we go. Ravage.
That's Ravage
Double
1,
Ravage.
Ravage number
That's
2.
good.
Mad Dog silenced up as well. He will not go down. He's able to pop the cheese. He'll go down quickly afterward. No buyback. He's there for 2 minutes. Omni Slash coming out here from the Juggernaut. That Relic went down. Also forced to buy back. The rest of Wheel cleaned up in between all of that. And there's the good game. Mad Dog throwing it out there. And game is struggling, but looks like we'll be fine. And
That was such
throne
a sad
will
Omni Slash at the
disappear.
end.
A lot of the Omni Slashes in this game were pretty
You just
sad.
see him bouncing around, like doing pathetic damage that you don't expect from a Juggernaut.
Well, he does have a blink and an orchid.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Just
I think
Leviathan
Leviathan
showing.
played us really well.
Yeah, they're a force to be
They
reckoned with.
they slipped up a little bit in the mid game, kind of left Wheel back into it, but
Well done
overall
all
played
around.
really well.
Yeah, it turned out to be
Might
a
have just
pretty
been
exciting game.
Good play from Wheel actually. So I didn't think Leviathan threw, you know.
Yeah. Maybe in the bottom lane when they were first breaching high ground, there was some
Yeah,
plays
maybe-
where they
maybe a little bit. It wasn't-
overstayed their welcome.
Wasn't that much obvious any Dota throws, you know.
No, we're looking better these days, aren't we? But yeah, I wanted to talk about the standings. So eHug is 6-0. The Sneaky Nyx Assassins are 6-1, and then it's just like really close for all the other teams. And remember, only 2 are going through. So Complexity is 3-3. Wheel is 3-3. Make it 3-4 now. Leviathan was 2-4, so make that 3-4. With this win, they're tied now for third with a lot of other teams. Or I guess no, they're in fourth, and Complexity is just third by themselves. So they're tied for fourth right now. Root Gaming is also 2-4. Pain is 2-5, and surprisingly, not today. I don't know if it's due to traveling or what. They're actually 1-5, and we even saw them lose yesterday to Wheel. So not today, not where they want to be, down in 8th place. But let's get to that second game, guys. You're watching Starladder Season 11. I'm Helium. You can follow me on Twitter at HeliumBrella. We've got Corey here, formerly of Zephyr. He's back stateside. You can follow him at Corey Dota. Jabano here, the #1 Swede, NA, at Jabano with an extra O. And, of course, our stats guy at Cart Dota. We'll be back. Stick around.